guys, and welcome to Watching Time. Today we're going to review, to do actually a comparative review between the 2019 Longines Hydroconquest and the 2020 Longines Hydroconquest in these limited editions that they produced for the so-called boutique edition in green. So let's go and check the watches and see what are the difference. I know there are many questions around it. Some people thinking that they change totally or rehaul the Longines Hydro Conquests respect to the older types, older, let's say 2019, but they are actually the same of the 2020. So let's look at the green boutique edition. So first of all, we need to keep in mind that this one here, this is a boutique edition. This is a limited, even if there is not an exact number of how much edition that is only sold by the boutiques. And it presents itself in this very nice green ceramic vessel. You can see it here better with the light. You can also see the blue one next to it, and you have an idea of how the green reacts to the light. And in this edition in particular, the dial is actually a ceramic dial. And we have seen this in another review that I have done a little bit more deeper on the watch. And as you can see, it's a vertically brushed dial. So what it's here to take into consideration is actually that this watch, it's the only one different. The line of the Hydro Conquest that they produce in Longines, they all present certain details and are the same. The new one, the green color khaki, because it's not this one, but it's a normal khaki with a normal khaki dial, not ceramic. It's exactly the same as this one that we are seeing here, the 2019 blue Longines in this case. So first of all, what are the difference? Maybe the first difference that pops to your eye directly, it's the lume in the top part of the bezel. So in the case of this blue edition, as you can see, it's just a peep of lume that it's placed there without any rings that are around. In the boutique edition, not the 2020, it has nothing to do with the year of productions of Hydro Conquest, but in this specifically limited edition, boutique edition, the peep lume, as you can see, has a metallic ring around it. So there is already a difference in the type of peep lume that they have used. Obviously, you have the dial, which is a sunburst dial used in the normal editions. In this case, you have a ceramic dial. The bezel, at first impression, it looks exactly the same, but they actually are not. In what? Actually on the height. So if you see both watches next to each other in this position, you realize that actually the bezel sits higher than the one in the normal editions. We will see with the measurements also how much higher it sits, because at that point I am imagining that the case is going to be definitely higher. So obviously this is the metal strap. This is in here. I have the rubber strap. I remind you all that this particular color of rubber strap, it's only exclusive to the boutique edition. The normal rubber strap green that you find is a khaki green. This is more kind of a forest kind of green. It's a different tone. The other difference that you will find between the rubber straps of the normal editions and this one is that none of them have a quick release system. All of the normal editions, even the new green 2020, they don't have the quick release. The other thing that I find interesting that I didn't mention in the other video is that this also has a micro adjustment system. So pushing this button, you can actually micro adjust for around 5 or even a little bit more millimeters the rubber strap, which is actually pretty interesting. I think this is a nice touch for the metal bracelet, and that explains also why it's a little bit higher here and a little bit more. It sits a little bit more uncomfortable than normal clasps. Okay, so let's see. First of all, I'm going to change the strap so that we have a direct confrontation with the same type of strap. So as you can see, the quick release system, I remind you also this metal quick release is so only for this, and you have seen it's very quick to change, so it's actually quite good. I don't know why they have not put it in place on all the other Hydroconquest. So let's see, let's open also the 2019 and let's see the difference. So first of all, as you can see, there is a difference here in the lock. So here you have the lock coming down a little bit more, and it actually sits longer than the lock here that's actually cut here. So it has a more flexible point, an extra flexible point here. Here, no, it's going to sit directly on your wrist like this. The other difference, the bracelet seems the same. So in terms of shape, it's the same, let's say, polish and non-polish links. So the only difference it presents on the connecting system, and this is probably to house the quick change system. Then the other things that we have that are interesting, the thickness, as I was saying. So you can actually see it here, and it pops to your eye directly that there is a difference between both of them, but it seems to be more related to the bezel. But let's see the measurements exactly of this. And as you can see, this is 12 millimeters bottom to sapphire crystal, and this one here sits at 12.3. So we're talking about a difference of around 3 millimeters between one another. Let's take the opportunity also to evaluate the cases, and this is coming apart, which is quite funny in the middle of the live streaming. So so you have the case here, lock to lock. It's of around 50.3. My 2019 version is 49. So there is actually a difference also on the lock to lock. Interesting, quite interesting. Let me get it right just to be sure. Oh no, 50.6. So probably I just got it wrong. So I think pretty much the main difference between the boutique edition and the classic ones, either if this is black, gray, green, it doesn't matter. The difference are the same, are mainly related to the pip lume that you have in the bezel, the thickness of the bezel that is quite different. The sound, it seems pretty much the same. Yep. So there's not much difference. Obviously the boutique edition has the ceramic dial. That's something that we know. The size and the size comparison, it seems the same. The strap sits different here in the locks because of the mechanism that they use for the quick release, quick change. But apart from that, they are pretty much exactly the same. So hope this video is also useful for all you watch enthusiasts of Longines, and see you next time. Bye bye.